episode of Fishing with Flair. Today I have the December 2014 tackle grab, the last one of the year, and we'll see what's inside. We have the card here, and I'll just go ahead and lay everything out and then go over each one. Alright, so the first lure, I'm going to go to the bonus gift. It looks like they sent a holiday bonus bait because it's obviously the holidays, and that one is going to be the River to Sea Spit and Wall Frog, 55 size and poison color. I have a couple of these. I think Tackle Grab has sent one in the past, and this one is the smaller size. This is probably my favorite size. The 65T is just a little too big for the lakes and the bass, kind of where I am. Maybe when I go to tournaments and travel a little bit, I usually chuck a bigger frog, but day in and day out, the 55 size is usually my go-to. And then popping frogs, you guys know I love them, so that's always nice. So that's a holiday gift bonus on top of what was originally planned to go into the Tackle Grab box, and that goes for $10. The next lure is a Strike Pro Alpha Minnow. Looks like a small jerkbait, and it's a suspending jerkbait, and it goes for $11, made by the company called Strike Pro. You can see it's a tiny little finesse jerkbait. You're definitely going to want a spinning rod when throwing this, but it's a good winter bait because it's suspending, so you can keep the bait in the strike zone longer. For techniques, they said use 8 to 12 pound test, either mono or fluorocarbon. But for wintertime fishing, if the water is still open around you, then that's definitely an awesome lure. I used to use the little Rapala ones, the little floating minnows. Those are good in the spawn too, and so I know this one would definitely work if you still have water open in the lakes around you. Like I said, it goes for $11. Next we have the Fish Belly Hog Shad, and this goes for $3.83 for a 3-pack. You can see that looks like a soft jerk bait minnow style. Another great bait for the winter. You could work this just like the jerk bait, and you could rig it weightless or have a lightly weighted Texas rig hook and just kind of flutter it down by the bass if they're suspending or down on the bottom. You could actually, I've seen what people do, and I've done it before, is you can rig it sideways. If you rig the hook like this, so like the hook bend kind of comes down here, so then the bait's kind of laying like this instead of like this. You can throw it on the bottom, and then when you twitch it, you can twitch it and it'll swim like this, and then it'll lay back on its side and fall back down to the bottom, so it looks like an injured bait fish, because bass tend to go deeper in the winter, so it would look like an injured bait fish on the bottom. That's just a quick tip that I thought of after I kind of looked at that lure. And the last, nope, not the last, the next one is the Strike King Swimmin' Shiner 5-inch. And I've never used these. I use the Swimmin' Caffeine Shads every once in a while. I used to use those for the trailers on my chatterbaits. So I've never seen these before. It's a soft swim bait. Looks like chartreuse and white color. And you can use this Texas rigged. It's probably what I do, or a belly weighted hook, or a slider head, or even one of these Hydra heads that they sent too, these Freedom ones. I can rig one up for you. But that goes for $6 for a 5-pack. It comes in this nice clam case to keep them all straight. Another bait that not necessarily winter fishing, but fall, winter, and spring fishing, swim baits do work pretty well. Depends on your location. For me personally, not really, but if you're down south, swim baits do work pretty well too. And then the last one is, looks like the Freedom Tackle Hydra Hybrid Ultralight Series. This is in an 1/8 of an ounce. And open it up for you. And this goes for $7.49 to $8.49 depending on the lure itself. You see the head is big, but it's really, really light. Oh, now I dropped it. I don't know what it's made out of. It's not lead. It's really light. It's only an 1/8 of an ounce, even though it looks big. It's really, really light. And you can see you kind of just attach the hook through this. There's just kind of like a little clip. And so you can exchange the hooks, and you can keep the weight size. So this, you tie your line to that, and you can change out the hooks. If you want to change baits, if you want to go from like a big swim bait like this down to a smaller one, then all you have to do is change the hooks. You don't even have to retie your line. And I can show you how to rig it up with this. Just rig it normal Texas rig style. Man, that plastic's really tough. There we go. So make sure it's pretty much straight, not 100%. I'll try that one more time. There we go. Just like that. Can rig it up. Pretty streamlined, very lightweight, like I said, so you could crawl that over grass, flooded mats, stuff like that, or even in the winter, if you were going to throw this, you could crawl this on the bottom with a really, really slow retrieve, almost dragging it like a football-headed jig. Again, mimicking an injured bait fish. The bass don't really want to move a lot in the winter, so that would be a good choice. Anything slow, definitely a big meal presentation as well there for the bigger bass if that's what you're looking to catch. So that's it. We got the tackle grab sticker, of course, and it looks like the Pro Angler app is the #1 ranked fishing app on the market. You can take a look at that and go download that. So that's it for this month's box. Came with lots of stuff worth lots of money, well over $30 worth here with the bonus bait of the frog, which you can't ever have too many frogs. I have so many of them that I love throwing them. Once the spring and summertime rolls around, definitely be tying that on. So that's it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode, and thanks for watching.